Alright guys, this is SpartasFinest here, back again. First off, I have, two things I need to say. I am not going to be posting any videos for just a little while, like this weekend. I won't get any done because I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled, so that would inflict with my narrating. And secondly, the quality is a little worse. That's because I had a free trial for a program that did my screen recording. It ran out. I'm going to buy the actual program. I just haven't bothered to do that yet. So my quality will be back out to 100% soon. But anyways, to the battle. I lead with Rotom because it's a good lead. You know, Scarfed Rotom, a lot of people lead with it. He leads with Dragonite. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, kind of just thinking, well, I want to break his multi-scale, and if he switches out, then great. And if not, then, oh well. I break his multi-scale, and I can go into something and deal with it. But anyways, I go into Gliscor to deal with this Chansey. I want to get that Toxcorp early. I know he's going to switch out because Chansey can't really do much. Go for the Toxic. Hit his Rotom, and that is great because poisoned Rotoms are always awesome. And I go into Latios because he's a pretty hard Rotom counter. And I go for the Draco Meteor here, hoping to go into something other than his Chansey, like his Fortress or something. I want to wear that down quickly because I was hoping to try to get up entry hazards early, but unfortunately, it doesn't do that. I really wanted to wear that thing down so he can't set up too many entry hazards. But I go into Metagross here because it's a banded Metagross with Hammer Arm, so he's obviously going to scare out Chansey. And I was considering going Meteor Mash for the Dragonite. I just thought it was more likely it would bring in Fortress, being that it's his physical wall. But unfortunately, it brings in Dragonite, so that sucks because Meteor Mash would have done, well, a fair bit more. But anyways, I go into Gliscor knowing he's my physical wall. If anything, he will go for the Waterfall, which I kind of figured, but I didn't want to risk it if he went for, like, Outrage predicting Latios. And I knew Gliscor, since it's such a wall, could take it decently well. And since I was kind of satisfied with the damage, I decided to stay in. I thought I could hit this thing with the Ice Fang, get it down low in health, which would be very helpful. And then I also thought I could take the Waterfall better than that, but I knew that after the Poison Heal and then a Protect, I would gain a quarter of my health back from the Waterfall. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Gliscor because I know Gliscor is great at coming in on something like an Earthquake and then protecting or something, or forcing a switch out and just getting his health back so quickly. But anyways, I go into Rotom. I really thought he would go into his Mamoswine here, predicting me to Volt Switch again and just try to just get some kind of switch initiative, being into someone I want to be in as my lead. But no, he goes into his anyways, I go into Jirachi on his Rotom because Jirachi's my best special wall. And I thought I could take it a little better, but I guess not. It started making me think this thing might be Specs just because of how much it did, but I'm really not sure how much a Specs or Scarfed Hydro Pump would do. It really could be either. Probably is Scarfed, actually, because I don't think he has another Scarf on his team. But as I protect again Leftovers health, because I know at this health I can take a Hydro Pump and then get up a Wish and protect and then somewhat stall this thing out, but he gets a crit. So that really hurts because Jirachi is going to go down. And well, that sucks. But now I'm going to go into my own Rotom knowing I can probably Volt Switch. But again, I predicted his Mamoswine to come in, being his ground type. And the Volt Switch being so obvious. So I went for Hydro Pump. Misses as he goes into Chansey, but that's really not a big deal because how much would have it really done? But he goes for the Seismic Toss. Kind of surprised me. I thought, I don't know, he'd try to heal up. But I was going to go for my Stealth Rocks, and now he goes for the Soft Boiled. I think he thought I might have the Explosion and might be trying to just desperately get this thing low in health. But I'm not that worried about it yet. I don't even have Explosion, but I'm not that worried about it yet because I do have Metagross who can take the Seismic Toss fairly well. Well, quite well because I've trained him in HP. And then go for the Hammer Arm here as he goes into Fortress, and it is going to do a good chunk of damage. For a Fortress that has max defense and has 140 base defense, a neutral non-stab move like that, I think that's pretty good. But I go for my second Hammer Arm, and I miss, which really sucks, because if I hit there, I think since his Fortress probably has a Gyro Ball and would be trained in, like, no speed, I think I would have been able to 3-hit kill it, and then we've been able to take it out without letting him get up his Stealth Rocks. and then as well as killing his rapid spinner and being able to bring in Heatran later to get up my stealth rocks again, so that way I would have rocks on the field and he wouldn't, and that would be a great advantage. But anyways, he goes into Dragonite here, and I know he can't switch out at this point, and I was figuring he was banded, judging by the fact that he had Waterfall, and that's what... Well, if Dragonite has Waterfall, he usually has Choice Band, so I figured Heatran would outspeed since I'm timid. Killed him with the Hidden Power of Ice, but now he's going to go into his Mamoswine. I don't want to stay in. I thought he would Icicle Crash, so I went to Rotom because I figured it was the safest bet, since I resist Icicle Crash and I'm immune to Earthquake. But I didn't want to risk it by staying with Heatran. But anyways, I go for the trick here, hoping it would go into Chansey. And I do predict correctly there, which is awesome. I knew the worst case scenario would have gotten his Mamoswine, which wouldn't have been too bad, just because that thing is his biggest threat to my team. And I would like to be able to get locked into a move so I can kind of deal with it a little better. But anyways, I go into Metagross to take the Seismic Toss, knowing at this point his team has nothing to take a Hammer Arm. Because Fortress is his best thing, but it will B2 it KO'd, so he has to go into it, or go into something, till it pretty much let that, whatever he brings in, die. So that's awesome, because, well, it's going to be his Fortress, and now he no longer has a Rapid Spinner, and I've broken down half of his defensive core, really, his physical side. But now he brings in a Victory Bell, which is kind of weird to have on his team. Maybe he meant to have a Ninetales or something, but... Anyways, I'm going to go into Gliscor because I kind of feared that Sleep Powder. As well as I think I've only faced Victory Bells in 4th gen. And haven't faced one for a while. But I remember they were Swords Dance, I think. So I was thinking Gliscor could kind of, handle the physical threats. But I go for Ice Fang, kind of figuring, just in case he stayed in or switched. I just wanted to get damage on something. Unfortunately, I can't quite take out his Rotom, so that sucks. But... he goes for the Hidden Power. I'm figuring it's Fire or Ice. If it's Fire, great. Heatran gets a Flash Fire boost, which does happen. But if it's Ice, really, it's X4 resisted. I'm not too worried about the damage. But I go for Fire Blast. I knew he would bring in Chansey. But I figured at this point, a Flash Fire boosted Fire Blast would do a lot of damage, especially considering his Chansey no longer has the Violite Stone. And it does do quite a good chunk of health, which really surprised me. I mean, without Leftovers or a Violite, the thing isn't as bulky as Blissey, really. It's lacking some good bulk. But yeah, that's awesome because I do take it out, and I've taken it as 2 walls, and he goes into Mamoswine. I stay on with Heatran, just figuring I need to get a free switch into Metagross, and it's not really worth it to bring in something if he goes for the Icicle Crash and takes that thing out. So now I go into Metagross, go for the Bullet Punch here, and he does actually exactly what I wanted him to do. He goes into Victory Bell. Here, I don't think it would have changed the match, but it could have made it a little closer, or lasted a little longer if he went to Rotom as Death Fodder, and then forced me to switch out with Victory Bell, but oh well. But now he goes into Mamoswine. He's going to go for that Ice Shard, after I took out his Victory Bell, by the way. And yeah, it's not going to be enough to take me out, obviously, because Metagross is like 130 base defense and resists it and stuff. And then he'll take out his Metagross with the Bullet Punch, and his last Pokemon, which is his Rotom, will die to Stealth Rock, so that will be the match. So, good game, Radzinsky. Forgot to mention that name before, but yeah, it's a good game. And guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.